I would like to see a show of hands for anyone who has ever asked someone or maybe witnessed someone else asking another person if they spoke English. Probably all of us, right? I took an interest in the Spanish language and culture, and I visited Mexico at a very young age. I'm pursuing my degree in Spanish right now, and I try really hard not to judge a person's language ability until I've really been engaged in a conversation with them. I'm sure that the situation has happened to all of us before. Perhaps the person that you asked the question to maybe looked down and shook their head because they were ashamed because they couldn't understand you. Or maybe the person spoke perfect English and maybe you felt a little bit ashamed. I learned Spanish, or started learning Spanish when I was 9 years old in school as part of the curriculum. And I visited Mexico at 11 years old as part of a missions trip. And it was there that I first witnessed an interpreter. And it was just very fascinating to me. I mean, the guy was just an older white guy speaking Spanish. I'd never seen that before. I mean, he looked like Santa Claus, but you know, he speaks all languages, right? So I was there during the holidays, and I saw all the customs, cultures, food, and just learned all this language. And it really just fascinated me. And so I started wanting to learn more about that and just wanting to absorb it all. As I grew up, I started working in restaurants and learned that aspect of the Spanish language. And then I met my husband, and he's from Mexico, and learned more of the culture and the language from my in-laws. My husband never really spoke Spanish to me, so I learned a lot from them. I went around and did some interpreting work for them and thought, hey, you know, why can't I make money and make a living doing this? And so I found this program here at OSU OKC, and doing this translation and interpreting program. And there is an option for legal and healthcare. I couldn't decide, so I decided to do both. And the legal aspect is working in the courtroom interpreting, and the healthcare aspect is working as a liaison between doctors and patients. And I currently work in customer service, and if a customer approaches me, you know, or I approach them, I try not to be judgmental as to whether or not they speak English. Because a lot of people just send people that they think have a language barrier, or they send calls to me if they can't understand them on the phone. So I try not to be judgmental, and a lot of them really do speak English, you know. So that's just kind of my aspect of it. So basically, I took an interest in that culture and language at a very young age, and just kind of ran with it. And I'm pretty close to finishing my degree now. I'm doing my practicum right now. And the purpose of the translation and interpretation is to break the barrier, not just the language barrier, but the culture between two people, two groups of people, and just the differences between people.